Well, it's time to get back to war. So this is the Battle of Harran from Infidel, the Men of Iron second version. It's a battle, I have not seen anything covering it before, actually. A couple in here that's the case. I think I've ever seen Montgisard actually covered before. It's sort of one of those Agincourt type things, except Agincourt gets a lot of coverage. Alright, so the situation here is just after the First Crusade is sort of over. Kingdom of Edessa. Is it a kingdom or is it just a county here? I think it's just a county. They claim kingdoms of Edessa and Antioch. I think Edessa wasn't merely a county. Anyway, we've got Baldwin II, who's gotten his forces together here from Edessa itself, and his ally Bohemond of Taranto, who is the ruler in Antioch. I'm not sure that was a kingdom yet either. Facing a Seljuk horde, or a Mosul horde, however you want to put it. These are Turks. And historically, Baldwin charged forward, promptly got routed. Standard pull back, draw him in, pull back, draw him in, pull back, slam him type tactics. Bohemond was a little bit more careful and didn't really fight. There was some definite issues there, and withdrew from the field in good order, whereas Baldwin and Jocelyn, I don't know where he's from, Turbacel, something like that, were both captured and held for like 4 years before their ransom could be paid. There aren't a lot of special rules here. One interesting little footnote, this was fought essentially in the same location as Karhai. What, 1,000 years ago, a little bit more. Okay. So let's look at what we have. The Crusader armies, they got horses back. They've got real knights, and they've got a decent number of them. So we're going to be able to see significant knights facing significant light cav. So not only do they have knights, they also have some dismounted men-at-arms, and they have some pikemen, a little bit of archers. And both armies are approximately the same composition. The Turkish army looks really crappy to me in comparison. We got these Turkoman light cav, all pure lights. And over here, I don't know what these are called again. They're Dashmans or something like that. Dachshunds. 20-ton Dachshunds. I don't know. Again, light cav, somewhat less valuable. In the back of that, there's some Cappadocian medium cav. And then the center is built up of the Syrian medium cav. The Cappadocians look like some sort of elite, to tell you the truth. I would say that, now the game claims that this is going to be slightly skewed towards the Turks. My feeling is exactly the opposite. From what I've seen of how the light cav, well, how the medium cav archers reacted to the knights, it wasn't that great. Now, the lights may do better, because they have their ability to retreat, etc. Hopefully I will handle them well enough that this won't be a problem. It would be cool if we got a historical equivalent, but I'm not going out of my way to create that. Not much else here. This was, what city were they just sieging? Well, they were just sieging Harran. And, right? Yeah. And they had taken the city, had not taken the citadel again, and end up after much arguing and contention, having to face this army. They were arguing over who got to keep the city afterwards. This is really making me want to play SPI's Crusades. Good or bad game, I don't care. It's the only strategic game of this nature that I know of yet. And until whatever Multiman's putting out gets to me, that's all I got. Alright. Well, I may be just as stupid as Baldwin. So the light archers, the horse archers came forward. I take the bait. I charge forward with the infantry, using archers to try to suppress the wings of the cav. Now, this is before the assaults take place, but on the approaches to try to get to those cav that I've been disordering with archers, and I only have 1, 2, somewhere there's another. Oh, they took out the other crossbowmen. 3 crossbowmen, some infantry. I've already lost 3 infantry style units just making that approach. But there's no way to hurt these light cav if you don't shoot them first. And that's something I simply know. If they're handled correctly, they're pretty much invulnerable to anything that's done except shooting. If they shoot at heavy cav, they're asking for it. But as long as they don't ride up to the knights and try to shoot them, they can shoot up the infantry as much as they like. So I'm going to take care of the attacks. We'll see what happens with them. So after the infantry charge, we managed to get Baldwin moving as well, and he charged the wing, or the flank over here, and just scattered it. I mean, disordered light cav are useless, essentially. Luckily, they weren't too tightly packed, otherwise continuing attacks would have smashed into. Now, points slightly, the Turks are slightly ahead in terms of flight points, but they need 40 to break in this, whereas the Crusaders only need 30. And clearly, proportionally, the Crusaders are doing much worse. We're back over on the Turkish side, and we'll figure out what to do there. So I'm partway through the Turkish activations. We had a continuation. The first part, I moved forward, advancing, presumably actually to swing around, but also to threaten this, prevent it from moving as easily. But I'm in the middle of basically the skimming attacks, the riding past the flank and just shooting into it. And it's like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, and just riding around. I'll show you one of them, but this is the results. I've killed all these infantry, just riding by, shooting. As soon as one's disordered, then it becomes much easier to kill. So this guy is a great target. But let me show you. Let's take, here's the leader, he's just hanging out there. Let's take this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 he gets to shoot. And now he's at -1 because he's on horseback. That's fine. Okay, he didn't do anything. But we're getting, you know, this, they're just riding by, shooting, and then reforming over here. All fine and dandy. Let's take another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to shoot. Again, at -1. Yeah, no good. See, he needs to get a 6 or higher on that first roll. Now, what was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Let's go 6, 7, 8. I don't want to clump them too much. Let's take another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I shoot. That misses. 7, 8. Okay. It's like shooting very slippery fish right now. But, I mean, I was just getting so many hits in there. I'll come back. I'm not getting any hits, so I'll have to cheat while I'm off camera. No, it's just the luck has turned the other way. But it was very, very easy a moment ago. And here we see it again now. the Edessan infantry moved forward and killed one, or actually forced the retirement of one light cav because they have one archer. Everything else really can't touch these suckers. And then they lost initiative. We see another wing coming in and challenging, who is this, Bohemund's forces. And then we got a continuation over here, and we're seeing them ride around here and shoot the knights in the back and then ride back. You know, there's almost nothing that the Crusader can do against these things. Where we saw them able to succeed was where they were able to place the archers every other space against the cav. Here, not only did they not have enough archers probably, but they've also got them on the wings where they're kind of vulnerable, which was my mistake. I think placing them kind of in the center of the pike is safer because it protects the pike more, more than protecting the archers. But it also protects the archer flank. When you ride straight up against an archer, it gets a shot at you. When you hit it on the flank, it doesn't. So it's kind of a big difference. All right, so we'll continue. Well, I'll ride another one back to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The leader, he's going to flee over here. 6, 7, and then a roll. Now, not only -1 for the mounted, but -1 for shooting at a knight. And that's not going to do anything. But you can see, I mean, there's no counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't like riding close. No real reason for that. That's going to be a hit. And I pull back. And I'll bring another one in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is on the disordered table. No good. 7, 8. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3. That retires him. And he'll go 7, 8. This guy's going to be retired. I'll keep going with this. And that's game over. Like with the Ascalon, Crusader points were up to 14. Rolled a big 8. Boom, it's done. That gets the Crusader points above the 20. The army's fleeing. It doesn't take a lot. You just have to chew this stuff up. I'm not sure what you can do to prevent this, to tell you the truth. It looks to me, and now I got very much the historical result here, chewed the crap out of Baldwin's forces. It didn't get to Bohemund, and the battle's over. What could the Crusaders do? Well, maybe instead of just attacking, they could try to fall back and build some sort of defense. But and I certainly did have my archers set up poorly. But to me, this is almost, this is, I think, a puzzle that I do not know the solution for how to keep the Crusaders from losing. I think they're severely outmatched here. No matter what you do, they're going to do poorly. Here, I pretty much got the historical complete route. I mean, these guys just it's fun to watch. I mean, that's why I wanted to show that. But wow. All right, I'm gonna load this one up, and there's the Battle of Harran for you. Did it in one, didn't I?